Chapter 1. The Refusal. Darkness. Endless, suffocating, heavy. Jafar drifted. No form, no breath, no pain, but there was something else. Will. So, this is how it ends, he muttered in the void. The cold nothingness surrounding him was not silent. It whispered, it mocked. The great Jafar, undone by his own hunger. Trapped in a lamp, so-called, destroyed, by a street rat's new parrot Iago. How poetic. No, Jafar growled, I will not be remembered as a cautionary tale. From the darkness, a dim violet light flickered in the distance. A path. Jafar's consciousness gravitated toward it. His form began to reshape. The light grew sharper, colder. At the end of the path stood a massive gate of obsidian crystal, adorned with celestial glyphs. Before it, a silent, featureless being cloaked in starfire and silence waited. Welcome, Jafar, it said, its voice echoing across dimensions. This is the celestial quarry. The trial of godhood. Few dare it, fewer pass. Then you already know why I am here. Your soul was judged, condemned, and yet you still claw your way through death. You refuse finality. Why? Jafar's eyes, burning red even in spectral form, narrowed. Because power belongs to those who seize it. I was killed by convenience. By lesser minds acting on timing, not strength. Aladdin, Jasmine, Genie, especially my treacherous parrot Iago, betray me is one thing, but joining on killing, there's no first no last straw that is never to be tolerated. They didn't defeat me. They caught me off guard. But I've learned, I will not fall to convenience again. The gate creaked open. Inside, a blinding realm of mirrors unfolded. Then enter. Face your true trial. Yourself. Inside the quarry, Jafar stepped into the chamber. Infinite versions of himself stared back from crystal reflections. One mirror pulsed. Inside, he was again the royal vizier. Alive, respected, feared. The Sultan offered him something new. You've served me well, Jafar, the Sultan said warmly. You no longer need to be advisor. You may establish your own kingdom. Jafar narrowed his eyes. Kingdom? Power? Handed to me? Something was wrong. Too easy. Too soft. The illusion tried to tempt him. Another mirror shimmered. This time, he saw himself as the lamp Genasi, again all-powerful, unstoppable, limitless, yet bound. Bound to the lamp, bound to rules. That's not power, Jafar snarled. That's slavery dressed as supremacy. He raised his hand. Power surged. He destroyed the vision, shattering the false paradise. Blood-red fire erupted from his eyes as he rejected the illusions. I refuse to be bound. I refuse to be given. I only take. Revelation of the primordial. The realm twisted. Everything around him dissolved into white raw, primordial space. A voice spoke, not with words, but essence. You have broken through the lie. But power demands price. What are you willing to lose? Everything, and but myself and my sister who tried to bring me back. Jafar answered. Who are you, truly? Asked the essence. Jafar raised his head, now glowing with violet and obsidian flames. I am not Jafar the sorcerer. I am not Jafar the genie. I am the beyond limitless primordial divine force that denies death, bends fate, and tears down false gods. I will always will be and can never be created nor destroyed. I will always and will ever will be. The quarry pulsed. His mortal form cracked open, revealing a blazing, radiant being beneath. Divine, ethereal, furious, free. He heard the old names whispered: demon, traitor, monster. He smiled. Then let them call me what they fear. But know this, I return not as servant, not as shadow. I return as. He paused. The name formed not in language but in power. Genshino, a name forged from two tongues. Primordial king of all. Aftermath. He stood now beyond his former self, reborn. A name that fits him what he is now and will be known across all realities and realms that even the mightiest beings will be weary about and fear. Jafar Genshino. Jafar Genshino. Full power analysis. Primordial force Genasi deity. BIIS tier. Transcendent beyond omniversal and grand design construction. Origin and divine mythos. Jafar Genshino, once a royal vizier in Genasi, has ascended to become a primordial force Genasi deity. A cosmic entity forged not from creation, but from the pre-existence before existence itself. As a Genasi, Jafar is a being born of pure element, yet in this case, his element is primordial force, the substance from which multiverses, gods, concepts, time, and even narrative structure are derived. Unlike traditional divinities, Jafar exists outside of any divine hierarchy, Even those presiding over grand design are omniversal architectures. He is not a god. He is a force older than gods, truer than power, purer than reality. Ideological core, believes all systems built on power and order are destined to be tyrannical. Rejects the idea of convenience, personally driven morality. Understands power not just as dominance, but as unshackled truth for this realm. Holds some empathy for the oppressed by ending theme quick, fast and painlessly, yet is merciless toward deceivers, especially those who choose to single out. It does not like those who don't do mercy live. Jafar's philosophy: I was not born to be forgiven. I was born to reveal and conquer the lie you called reality and destroy it and create my realm. Even the most powerful man in the room are nothing because dominance, authority and power is the only thing these people understand. Regardless of alignment, they need to be ruled with an iron fist. Jafar Genshino is the eternal reflection of what happens when truth is denied long enough. It awakens, ascends, and returns uncontainable. He is not a hero. He is not a villain. He is a force, a primordial force, Genesee deity. And this time, there's no returning to normal. Jafar has no interest in truth, only his truth. Unlike heroes who search for meaning, Jafar imposes it. Like Dr. Doom, he believes the world is broken unless shaped by his iron will. Like Thanos, he views opposition not as conflict, but as inevitability. He is cold, calculating, and emotionally unshakable. He seeks domination not for ego but for cosmic correction, under his singular truth only. He recruits his sister, who survives her own impossible trial, proving herself worthy. But that tale is for another time. Jafar will and give you absolutely no chance when fighting him, and if you do have a shot he'll welcome to challenge. Absolute invincibility analysis: why Jafar cannot be killed. 1. Primordial force immunity layer. Jafar doesn't just control the primordial force. He is a self-aware incarnation of it. That means his existence exists outside all dimensional definitions of life and death, beyond even divine mortality. There is no death state written into his being. His soul, body, essence, and conceptual self are one fused primordial loop that eternally sustains itself. You can kill what has no alive state to inverse. That he does not follow logic, he's immune to that too. 2. Meta-narrative immunity. In traditional cosmic storytelling, killing someone often requires a narrative justification, a prophecy, a flaw, a curse, etc. Jafar is immune to all meta-plot devices. You cannot write him out of the story. You cannot author a prophecy or anti-existence paradox to end him. He exists beyond script, genre, or trope. Even higher authors of multiverses cannot remove him without erasing their own authority. Omni-element manipulation, aka elementampedance. Definition: the absolute, transcendent control over all elements, not just physical ones like fire, water, earth, and air, but every elemental force, including conceptual, abstract, divine, and even meta-narrative elements. Can create new elements never seen before. Can extinguish elemental concepts from existence, e.g. erase fire. Can merge or split elements into hybrid realities, e.g. fusing time plus flame. In Arabia, he doesn't rain fire. He unleashes the first flame that birthed elemental structure across realities. In combat, a flick of his hand creates an elemental storm that crushes, freezes, vaporizes, heals, and deconstructs all targets simultaneously on all layers of existence. 3. Xeno-erasure resistance. Xeno-erasure is a technique that erases a being from the concept of being itself, past, present, and future. Jafar is immune to this period. Even if someone used this type of attack, they'd be attacking a reflection or echo. The real Jafar exists at pre-narrative. Even the Time Lords and Timeline Devourers can comprehend. 4. BIIS scaling barrier. His tier beyond infinite surpassing omnipotence isn't just a power level. It's a cosmic tier of meta invulnerability. All attempts to measure, contain, or nullify Jafar collapses. Example: if infinite suppression is used, it becomes fuel for his surpassing infinite. He auto-evolves past whatever scale is applied to destroy him. 5. Meta-crafting rewrites outcomes. He's impervious to it. Thus, even obliteration of all universes won't undo his design. He can reconstruct himself. Overall, Jafar Genshino is a primordial force Genesee deity of beyond absolute infinite power. Unless you're being who's beyond omnipotence yourself, there is no way to defeat Jafar Genshino.